to learn how to grow, when I give you tips about how to protect yourself, how to clear the clutter in your life, um, how to also have fun and be happy and joyous, appreciating your peace, your moments, y'all. We here to have fun. Growing is hard, but I have one thing I want to tell you about God is funny too. God, will make something very comical even though it's whooping you, okay? It's the comedy with the serious. I promise you, they go hand in hand. Sometimes people always ask me, like, why do you laugh so much? This is not, I'm like, what to do but to laugh? I can't let it destroy me. So anybody who has been liking, commenting, I really do appreciate your support and love, sending you light and love, clearing all the clutter in your life, coming to this space. Any new, anybody new to the page, welcome. I hope you enjoy. Please like, share, follow. With that said, getting to the word of the day, which is I am always keeping my faith. That comment, that word seems very simple, but the feeling that I have when I say it is not simple. It is deep. It's very deep because it's very relevant. I was just reflecting. I just got off of a week-long vacation, and I took it. It wasn't planned. I took it because I felt it. Sometimes you feel like when you've been fighting a good fight, you've been committing to yourself, you've been committing to heal. Healing is like taking off layers of gunk from yourself. And it's not easy because healing is a process. I kind of went into it in yesterday's word, where first you have to be aware of the healing, that the trauma or the issues have to be dealt with. You have to see it first, and that can be a whole different process in itself, getting to the point where you are able to identify. And I promise you, in these different sayings and words, we're going to go over those different things, like, how do I see things? Like, how do I open myself up so I can see clearly? You can ask God to help you see yourself clearly. You can ask God to help you see people, places, and things around you clearly. And I also will give you tips on, like, how to distance yourself, how to release it, or like, if new people come in, new things come in, how to make sure that they're, really in tune and in alignment with yourself. But every step of my healing journey has been grounded in faith, but for God. From, the lowest of the low, like, it was my faith in God. It was my knowing, not just believing in God. It was my knowing of God, knowing that God will come and deliver me, even though I had no indication in this world, in this reality, that I would be okay. Matter of fact, when I was at my lowest, after both my parents died less than a year, and I was pregnant, I was pregnant with twins, my twin boys, mother of four, right? And I was going through, like, a lot. And I had people I was trying to help while I was getting beat up too. And I had a very, very, very bad situation that was happening, where I had someone very much trying to hurt me, trying to destroy me. And it was that faith that pulled me up out of the dungeon I was in, y'all. There are real, like, I'm gonna be talking about how there are dungeons. Like, you can literally be in prison. Like, a lot of us in our daily lives, like, we're kind of in a situation where it's like invisible chains. And it's like, you can keep people in invisible chains, in invisible ropes, if you keep them distracted, if you keep them kind of like in a daze. And that can happen. And in that situation, I was very much trapped. I was trapped in my mind in terms of being able to be free. I was trapped in real life too by that individual, and my freedom from that situation was driven by my faith in knowing God and listening to my intuition, my conversation with God. That's how I got free, was listening closely to my intuition. Told me what to do, when to do it without falter. I was obedient to that voice. I was faithful. And, y'all, like I said, healing is layers. It doesn't stop. I could be an ascended master of or, beyond the 3D and the 5D and above, and I still will be shedding layers and healing. I was just healing last night about a situation, something, because every time it's like, as I'm progressing and I'm healing like the very critical parts of me, the biggest threats, right, to like my stability, my survival, my prosperity, and like removing real threats away from me, because I've had very real threats. Now it's time to like actually focus on like healing the parts of me that I need to like heal, so that I can build out my vision of how I want my family to be very healthy and abundant, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and mentally, intellectually. But I have healing. I have a lot of work to do. And as I stare at the reality of the situation and my choices, and also the trauma I had have caused, I see how much work and intention is going to have to go into really fixing, repairing, and building up relationships, because y'all, that's my number one priority. I want my relationships with the people I love, and just period, people I choose just to deal with, including you. I want them to be healthy. I want them to be reciprocal. I want them to be productive. I want them to be robust. And it can seem like a mountain, and I definitely had a moment, where I broke down yesterday, and I just remembered what God continues to tell me, because y'all, challenges, when you're of the light, resistance will come to test you. It will come. Always remember, darkness is contrast. I'm not saying that it doesn't exist. I'm saying that dark energy, to me, the main reason is contrast, to help you grow. So sometimes God will let things come in just to test you, just to test the resolve. And that is what's been happening to me as I've been taking on these layers of healing. I've been identifying it, and then I've been trying to actively work through it, addressing those things, trying to heal myself, trying to heal anyone else. And then I get tested to see if I'm really committed. Am I really going to repeat the cycle again? It gets tiring. It can be tiring. And sometimes you feel like I'll never get to the promised land. I'll never get there, because I just keep on getting tested and tested and tested, and I'm tired. And I had that moment, and I took off. I took off because I'm on a roll. I finally understand who I am. I finally understand who I'm meant to be. I see the vision. I'm vibrant. It makes me happy. I feel alive. Everyone else around me is being balanced out and affected because of it. Because I'm vibing high, I'm getting to the healing frequency. I'm getting to the abundance and prosperity frequency. And sometimes I get impatient. Sometimes I want it right now, because I don't know when it'll be happen. I don't know when I'll truly be free to like step into my calling of, being a spiritual teacher. And I really want to write my books. I really want to do it right now, and I want to rush. I want to blow up, just so that I can get the word out there and get ready for my book, get ready to share the spiritual knowledge, to share the divine's wisdom with you, so that you can heal, because I understand what you're going through. And I think everybody should know this playbook of life. I want to share it. But God reminds me to be patient. This period of rest, as my sister Rare Real has said, is for my greater good. You have to rest. You have to be in this place of rest, building up into the person that the Most High God intends you to be. You have to go through the journey of it, so that when you get to the abundance, so when you get to the prosperity, that you will be rooted in it, and that you will sustain it, and that you will build it up for the future generations. So I have faith in who I am to be, and I'm going to be patient and enjoy the journey.